Welcome back to Cozy English Podcast. I'm Melody, and I'm here with Avery.
Hey everyone, it's great to be back. So, Melody, I have a question for you and for everyone listening. Have you ever opened Netflix or YouTube and just thought, how? How did it know I would like this movie?
All the time. It's kind of amazing and sometimes a little weird. It feels like the app can read my mind.
Exactly. So, do you ever watch something just because the app suggested it?
Oh, definitely. I found one of my favorite shows that way. It was a cooking competition I never would have clicked on, but it was right there on my homepage, and I gave it a try. I loved it.
That's awesome. See, sometimes it works perfectly, but do you always trust the recommendations?
Not always. Sometimes it suggests things that are completely random, and I wonder where the idea came from.
Right, it's not a perfect system.
Well, that's actually our topic for today. We are going to talk about how streaming apps know what you like. It's all about something called algorithms and recommendations.
It sounds technical, but we promise to keep it simple and cozy. Let's start with the big question. What is a recommendation algorithm?
Okay, so that word algorithm sounds complicated, but the idea is pretty simple. An algorithm is just a set of rules or instructions. Think of it like a recipe for baking a cake. You follow the steps to get the result you want.
A recipe, I like that. So in this case, the cake is the perfect movie suggestion for you.
Exactly. A recommendation algorithm is a recipe that a streaming service uses to guess what you want to watch next. It collects information about what you watch, and it uses that information to find patterns.
Patterns. So it's about seeing what things go together. The easiest example is genre. If you watch a lot of action movies, the app's algorithm says, okay, this person likes action. The recipe says to show them more action movies.
Right. Or if you watch a lot of romantic comedies, it will suggest more of those. But it gets even smarter than that. It also looks at what other people watch.
This is the interesting part. It's not just about you. It's about finding taste twins.
Taste twins? What's that?
It's just a term I made up, but the algorithm looks for other users who have a similar watch history to you. Let's say you and I both love movie A, movie B, and movie C.
Okay, so we have similar taste. We're taste twins.
Exactly. Then you go and watch movie D and you love it. The algorithm sees that and thinks, Avery and Melody like the same things. Since Melody liked movie D, Avery might like it too. And then movie D shows up on my homepage.
That makes so much sense. So it's using the behavior of millions of people to make a very personal suggestion for just one person. It's not magic, it's just data and patterns on a huge scale.
Totally. It's like a very, very helpful robot librarian who has read every book and knows what everyone in town likes to read.
I love that image, a robot librarian for movies. So that's the what, but let's talk about the how. How exactly do these apps learn about us?
Right, so where does all this information come from? Well, we give it to them. Every time you use the app, you're teaching the algorithm.
The most obvious one is your watch history. Everything you've ever watched on that app is recorded.
Yep, but it's more than just that. The algorithm also looks at how long you watch something. Did you watch the whole movie or did you turn it off after 10 minutes?
Oh, that's a good point. If you stop watching, it's a signal that you didn't like it, even if you don't press the dislike button.
For sure. And then there are the more direct signals. The thumbs up or thumbs down buttons are very powerful. You're literally telling the algorithm, more of this please, or no more of this.
And your search history, too. If you search for cooking videos on YouTube, it learns you're interested in cooking, even if you don't watch any. The search itself is a piece of data.
And it's not just what you watch, but also when and where you watch. Maybe you watch short, funny videos on your phone during your lunch break, but you watch long movies on your TV on Friday nights. The algorithm learns these habits.
Wow, that's getting really detailed. So it builds a whole profile about your viewing habits.
Absolutely. And it's constantly learning. The more you use the service, the more data it has, and in theory, the better the recommendations become. The app learns what you enjoy.
It really is like having a conversation with the app, but instead of words, you're using your clicks and your watch time to tell it what you like.
That's a great way to put it, but sometimes that conversation can get very confused. Which brings us to our next point. What happens when the recommendations are wrong?
Oh, I have so many stories about this. The algorithm is smart, but it's not perfect. It can get confused pretty easily.
Okay, give me your best example.
The biggest problem is a shared account. My partner and I share a streaming account. I love documentaries and he loves science fiction. So our homepage is a very strange mix of alien movies and films about historical events.
I totally get that. The algorithm is trying to find a movie that a sci-fi loving documentary fan would like. It must be so confused. It doesn't know there are two different people using the account.
Exactly. That's why many services now have profiles, so each person can have their own recommendations. But a lot of people still share one profile.
Yeah, and it's not just about sharing accounts. Sometimes you can confuse the algorithm all by yourself. My friend had this happen recently. He normally watches comedies and sports.
Okay.
But one evening, he watched the one serious documentary about ancient Rome. Just one. And for the next month, his YouTube and Netflix were filled with suggestions for documentaries. It was all history all the time.
Yes, that one random video can change everything. The algorithm thinks, oh, this is his new favorite thing, and it completely changes its suggestions.
He was so annoyed. He had to spend a bunch of time clicking not interested on all the history videos to try and teach the algorithm that it was just a one-time thing.
It's like you have to retrain it like a pet that learned a bad habit. It shows that while these systems are smart, they don't understand context. They only see the data.
That's the perfect way to say it. They see the what, but not the why.
So we've talked about how these algorithms can be helpful and how they can be wrong, but there's a bigger conversation here. Let's talk about something called the filter bubble.
That's a term that tech experts use a lot. It sounds a little strange, but the idea is actually quite important. A filter bubble is like your own personal, unique universe of information that's been created just for you by these algorithms. Everything you see online, from the news articles on your social media to the YouTube videos suggested to you, is tailored to what the algorithm thinks you want to see. It's based on your past behavior, your clicks, your likes, and your watch history.
Okay, that was a great discussion. Now, we want you, our listeners, to get a chance to practice your English. So we are going to ask you some questions. I will ask a question, and then we will pause for a few seconds so you can answer out loud. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, question 1. What streaming apps do you use? For example, Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, or something else?
Great. Now for the next one. Do you trust the recommendations on those apps?
Okay, nice job. Here is the third question. What was the last movie or show an app suggested to you?
And the follow-up question, did you watch it? And if you did you like it?
Wonderful. We hope that practice was helpful for you. Speaking out loud is a fantastic way to improve your English.
All right, that was a lot of fun. Before we finish up, let's do a quick recap of the key vocabulary from today's episode.
Good idea. The first word was recommendation. A recommendation is a suggestion that something is good. When Netflix recommends a movie, it is suggesting you watch it.
Next, algorithm. Remember, this is just a set of rules or instructions a computer follows. In this case, it's the recipe the app uses to make recommendations.
Then we have suggestion. This is very similar to recommendation. It's an idea or plan offered for someone to think about. A movie suggestion is an idea for a movie to watch.
And finally, watch history. This is simply the list of all the shows and movies you have watched on an app. It's one of the most important pieces of data for the algorithm.
That's a great summary. And now we'd love to hear from you. Write in the comment section on our website or on YouTube. Has a streaming app ever recommended a great movie to you? Tell us about it.
We can't wait to read your answers. Thank you so much for joining us on the Cozy English podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with a friend who might enjoy it.
Until next time, stay cozy.